For way too many years in my lifting journey, I used to obsess over every single minute detail, make sure every single macro was hit to a T. If I had a dinner or an event, I would bring my own food. I would go to the gym and make sure I had to do every single exercise in the exact order I had programmed, and I would check the mirror constantly. I did this for so many years, and I always felt frustrated and unhappy with the way I looked. And ironically, I built my best physique when I stopped caring about the gym so much. And this goes against most fitness advice you're gonna hear these days. But once I stopped obsessing, I started enjoying the process more and detaching myself from the outcome. Everything flowed way more. I was less stressed, my skin was better, I'd have better performance in the gym, and I'd look forward to every single meal I get to eat and every single training session. And I'm going to explain to you guys why you need to care less, but still have the right systems in place and what those are if you want to build your best physique to date and look and feel your best. I've recently got my best physique to date. And to be honest, I've been training for 14 years. I am no longer really tracking my workouts. I don't have a set routine. I go to the gym, I show up, and I do what I want. Now, I don't necessarily recommend that for you if you are still in the beginning stages of your training. But the biggest lesson and takeaway I can get from this is focus more on rhythm and systems rather than being super rigid. When you're super rigid and you feel like you have to hit things in a certain order, if someone's on a machine, you'll literally stand there for 10 minutes. You'll get a little bit frustrated because they're taking too long. And then you'll lose the pump or you'll lose the feeling of actually enjoying your workout. It's so counterproductive. And one of the biggest things that holds you back from building a good physique, feeling your best, looking aesthetic, and I'm not even talking about your physique, I'm talking about your skin, your mood, your overall energy, is stress. Stress is going to stop you from building muscle, losing fat. It's going to make you look way more unhealthy. It's going to age you faster. And it's one of the biggest things holding you back. And being so obsessed and causing paralysis by analysis with your training and nutrition isn't worth it, because not only does it make you less progress in the gym, it makes you enjoy the process less, and you're making your overall quality of life and mental health worse. And what I'm trying to explain to you is you need to detach from forcing results. It's all about flow, not friction. You want this to just be integrated habits into your lifestyle, and I'll explain to you guys what I mean by that. Before, when I would do cardio, when I was dieting and trying to get below 10% body fat, to the leanest I've ever been, I would go to the gym and I would do cardio on the treadmill. And I would do 30 minutes every day, or sometimes even 40 minutes. And that 30 to 40 minutes would feel unbearable. I'd be listening to a certain song that was 5 minutes long and then replay it so it felt like it had only been 5 minutes instead of 10. I was doing anything to try and trick myself into making it through the process. It doesn't matter how disciplined you are. If you are not really enjoying the process of getting to your goal, it's going to feel awful. So I would do that. I would get shredded. And then afterwards, it wouldn't even feel like it was worth it. I didn't feel like I had accomplished really anything. But now instead, I can get shredded without it even feeling like I'm dieting really hard or getting below 10% body fat. And the way I do that is by integrating cardio into my lifestyle. So instead of going to the gym, spending 40 minutes on the treadmill, I'll go for a run one day. I'll play paddle for an hour and a half. I'll go skip rope, get a tan, get some sunlight. All of these things are much more enjoyable processes. They lead me to the exact same result. But the thing is, for me to be able to maintain that on a daily basis is way easier because I enjoy doing all those things. And I have variety. I can mix it up when I feel like it. So instead of forcing myself to go to the gym and do something I don't really want to do, because walking on the treadmill is boring. Yes, it gets you results, but it's not an enjoyable process. I integrate things into my life that not only improve my quality of life, they guarantee results, and there's zero friction to actually doing it. Instead of chasing the physique, I'm just acquiring it by doing things on a daily basis that I would probably do already because they improve my life. And you got to think about this in all aspects of your goal to get an aesthetic body. The same goes for my training. I used to be super anal about my training. I'd go to the gym, I'd have to make sure I did every single set. If I had one top set and two backups, I had to do it in that order. I had to beat last week's reps. And I made good progress. And doing this will work. But I was way, way more unhappy than I am now. Now I go to the gym, and if I feel like doing something else, I feel like doing a different split or changing my routine, I have a general understanding of my strength standards, how much weight I usually lift. I don't even count the reps anymore. I go in there and I train as hard as I can for every single set. I know how to push my body. I know where my limits are, and I know what my baseline standards are for myself. So instead of going to the gym and feeling like I have to do certain things, I go and do what I want. But I'm going to push myself regardless because this is the baseline I've built. So if I want to do 8 weeks of focusing more on pull-ups and dips, that's exactly what I'm going to do. In every single push and pull session, I'm going to do pull-ups and dips, and I'm going to enjoy the process the entire time. And that's going to lead me to push myself more in every single set and get more progress. And you shouldn't base every single workout, every single meal on things you enjoy, because in the beginning, especially if you're just starting out training and you haven't really seen great results from doing the things you know you need to do, if you just do things you enjoy, those are not going to lead you to any progress, because in the beginning, you're not going to enjoy working out. You're not going to enjoy training. You're not going to enjoy dieting because you don't know what it leads to. You don't know it leads to the confidence, the self-belief, the identity shift. Of course, a body you're proud of and that you enjoy when you look in the mirror. But once you start seeing those results, you can stop caring as much. You can stop being so anal and detailed about your training. And it becomes more of an expression of who you are and how you feel on that day. As long as you are still holding yourself to the standard that built your physique. But nothing is going to make you more aesthetic, physically, energy-wise, just overall your mood, than being in a flow state. And that's why it's so important to have these systems in place, these standards, these baselines, but also get into your own rhythm, your own expression. If you're training in the sun, you're doing cardio outside, you're getting variety in your life, you're having new experiences, you're meeting different people, you're going to feel 100 times better. And that's going to show up in your posture, your confidence, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you present yourself to the world, rather than you go to a dark gym, you wear a hoodie, you don't talk to anyone, you go home, you play video games, you sit on your computer, and then you go to bed and repeat the same thing. You're going to be a completely different human. And I've been both sides of the coin. Right now, I'm outside, working out outdoors, living the life I designed for myself, my custom reality. But before, I was the guy who would go to the gym, not talk to anyone, pretend it was super intense, like I was going to war. And my life was miserable in every single area. It didn't matter what good came into my life. I saw it as bad because I thought I had to put everything and hyper obsess over the gym to make good progress, when in reality it was the opposite the whole time. The gym is there. Building a good physique, being aesthetic, having the physique you can leverage in the world is meant to amplify your existence, not consume it. If you get consumed by the gym, it's just going to make your life worse. You're going to be the stereotypical gym bro with no personality, no agency or ambition outside of the gym, and your life is going to be miserable. I can tell you that with certainty because I've seen so many guys do it. I've done it myself. I don't want to save you guys from making the same mistakes I have in the past. Going to the gym, building a good physique, it should not be a punishment. It should be the thing you look forward to. This is the time where you clear your mind. A cluttered mind is going to hold you back in so many ways in life. It's going to cause hesitation. It's going to cause you to not act when you know you should have. It's going to cause you to not even start achieving the things you want to in your life. Use the gym as that outlet, that source to unwind, improve yourself, feel better on a daily basis, eat better food so you have more energy. As I said, guys, this is the foundation of building other things in your life. This is not the end goal. The physique is just the starting point. This is the lowest hanging fruit. You achieve the physique, everything else becomes easier. And if you guys want to expedite this process, you want to get jacked, you want to build this type of physique, you're stuck in a cycle of bulking and cutting, or you don't know where to start, and you want to get there in 6 months, 1 year, book a call me down below. I'll talk about where you're currently at, where you're trying to get to, the goals we're trying to achieve, and the habits we need to change, and we'll make it happen together.